Hi Leos, my name's Chandler. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, well, my channel is fairly new, so most of you are new, but if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. But if you are new and you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm doing my readings based on number of likes, and last month my Libra and Leo videos were the most liked and most viewed. So if you like this video and you'd like to continue receiving them early, please don't forget to do that. Also comment and let me know how you feel about the information coming forth. I'm an energy intuitive, so tarot is actually fairly new to me, and what I base the energy for the month off of is my feelings. So, there's no right or no wrong, and I think, all of this information is really helpful. I know that I resonate with it very much so, and we have a really, really, really exciting reading here, okay? So I am super excited. I'm like literally glowing because everything that I've been feeling recently is just really, really prominent in these cards. Okay, and I would like to say all of the cards are really playful, okay? They've just been literally like falling out, clapping, like, making a scene, a dramatic scene as they come out. And I think that's maybe because Leos are just really in their element this month, which can cause, some chaos, okay? When we're really in our element, I'll get into it, okay? But the cards say everything. Joy. Okay, so the angels really want us to be joyful, and that's exactly what we're getting this month. I really strongly feel that so much of us are really in our element, and more so of a natural way than maybe ever before, depending on which life cycle you're in. But I know for me, Leo has been a misunderstanding for a lot of years in my past. And what I've come to find, even fairly recently in my life, is that Leos are so compassionate and so generous and so loving and so giving and so bright and so warm, that there's a very feminine side to it, even though typically in society it's viewed as maybe this more masculine and egoic sign. Those are definitely aspects of being a Leo. However, I think that we are really coming into a more full understanding of what it means to be a Leo. And there is this innate sense of leadership this month. There is this innate sense of pride and of needing to get the job done and forging ahead and creating this beautiful new beginning. And there are new beginnings. And we're doing this because within our element, it really just brings a sense of wholeness. And there isn't really a better or higher feeling than joy, okay? Even happiness, okay? Happiness can be dependent on quite a few things in life. When you're joyful, it means that you are grateful. It means that you have an understanding of what it is to be unjoyful or not joyous in your life. When joy comes, it's really through this sense of maturity, okay? If happiness matured, it would be joy. So it's a really good sign that we're on the right track and that we're really tapping into our fullest capacity this month. And believe me, I see it all in the cards. Joy is the highest energy of all. It is the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments at their highest possible levels. And man, are we creating. Wow, are we creating this month? We have a lot of potential to, I will say that there is this balancing act that we're doing between creating what we want and resolving what we have, resolving what we've already created. If it doesn't suit us, we do have to redirect it this month. So that may be a challenging aspect. Oh my gosh, I'm seriously in like awe of my cards. They are so beautiful and so wonderful, and they always just come through so much. Libra, my last video, so if you have a rising sign rising sun or moon sign in Libra, don't forget to check that out because my Spirit Oracle deck came up with the Balance card. And balance is French for Libra, which I didn't know at the time of filming. And of course, it represents the scales. Well, Leo, what is this card? Heart's desires. Leo is the ruler of the heart. We are coming into our element. Everything I've been saying, it's blowing my mind, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am because I really am really happy about this. So heart's desires, wow. So there's going to be a lot of creative energy. There's going to be this balance, okay? Not only do I see these polar opposites coming together between yin and yang, micro and macro, cause and effect, right? Past and future. We're really taking a balanced perspective on all of those things because when we come into a full alignment, we have just a larger capacity to evaluate our lives. Well, what we're doing this month is between the material and spiritual as well. We are deciding exactly how we want that to look, okay? And why I say how we want it to look, because through our heart center, through the eyes of our heart, we can really begin to see what the possibilities of our lives are within our ability to create them as such. It's a really beautiful card. I've also started doing chakra cleanses for those of you who are interested in doing chakra cleanses. I think a lot of us have been getting intuitions or signs that we need to start to detox and cleanse. There's a lot of newness coming in. So of course, energetically, we need to kind of purge the old, the unusable, right? So if you're interested in doing a chakra cleanse, follow me on Instagram. I do them quite often, and I would love to do them with you guys. I love getting people involved. And of course, the more who participate, the more potent it is. So yeah, if you have an inclination to start to detox, emotional detox, and especially from your heart, letting go of certain pains and certain aches, that no longer serve you, that's going to be very potent this month. You are being showered with love. Your time of waiting will soon be over. All your heart's deepest desires will be fulfilled. Guys, I'm getting chills. I'm shaking. It's so good. Okay, so a few things astrologically that I'd like to address before I get into the cards. Venus is going to be assisting us this month first of all, there's a new moon in Venus on the 15th, okay? And the kind of energies that we're going to be seeing from Venus will give us reason for celebration, okay? Whether it's friendships, co-workers, partnerships, there's going to be a real value, okay, in those types of situations this month. And you're going to want to celebrate those. There's going to be reason for celebration, either monetary or energetically. You're going to want to express yourself and express the love you have and the warmth and excitement you have in your life with others. So that's a really, really good thing happening this month. And I do see that in the cards already. There will be a new light shining on you. Okay, so Venus really loves, it's the planet of love. So you're going to be feeling lots of love, not only for others, friendships and co-workers and partnerships, but for yourself, self-worth, okay? And that's going to have a heavy hand in the decisions you make this month because what it's doing is it's prompting you to level up. It's prompting you to become that leader. It's prompting you to become more of what you were meant to be. And whatever that means, that can mean so many things for my viewers, but I know for me, that can have a heavy hand in my career, that can have a heavy hand in my relationships. So I really want you guys to be expressionate. I really want you guys to know what you deserve, okay, and really shine that light from within. One of the challenging aspects that can happen when we are in our element, I think I addressed before, you can find some opposing figures because when Leos are in their element, they are very strong, they are very warm, they are very inviting, and then there may be some people who want a little bit of that warmth for themselves. There may be some people who get a little jealous of that. So just as a, preemptive measure, welcome people into your circle. Try not to find opposing figures in people. Know that what they're doing internally is seeking the light which you hold. And with certain boundaries in place, you can invite them into your circle. You can change the situation into a beneficial one for both of you. You'll be raising your profile and raising your standards. Of course, that has everything to do with Venus and this new moon of self-reflection and self-worth and setting higher standards, dreaming bigger, okay? That seems to be a big theme for a lot of signs this month. Uranus is going to be in your 10th house of worldly role and personal and professional life. So again, there's going to be a strong emphasis on your career this month. If you guys have been thinking of leveling up, moving into a different life path, life purpose, career, somewhere where you make monetary funds, the value should be equal to how you value yourself within. And I see a lot of you are going to be increasing that, which is great. The self-esteem is really rolling this month. So make sure your endeavors are in line with yourself, with your vision of what you want to create, okay? And as Aries also is going to be having a bit of a hand within our energetic tendencies this month, okay? Aries will help us evolve our role in the world, okay? So that's how I like to explain Aries. It's going to really be helping us evolve, okay? And whether that's bringing these dynamic perspectives in where we can find opposing ideas to further expand right upon, nonetheless, that will be helping us evolve. So let's get into the cards. The 10 of Water comes up, clarified by the 4 of Wands and the King of Coins. I am going to say this is a great reading. I'm really excited. I pulled the cards ahead of time because I'm a really slow shuffler, and I do like to kind of take my time in silence and bring forth the kind of information that will be very pivotal for us. So for those of you who are like, what reading are you talking about? Yeah, I pulled them beforehand. We do have quite a few cards, so bear with me. I'm going to try to get through them in a timely manner. So the 10 of Water comes up, representing a certain cycle that we are absolutely completing. This is a very emotional cycle, okay? And what happens when Leos come face to face with emotions? We run for the hills, okay? Emotions are water. And Leos, I will say one of their weaknesses are emotions because we're so strong, right? We're so integral, we're so dignified. And when emotions come up, sometimes it makes us feel weak, and we really don't like feeling that, so we try to avoid them as much as possible, just like a cat would with taking a bath, right? It's just icky, we don't want it, but I do see that in the past, which this card relates to quite a bit, there have been some tumultuous times, okay? But ultimately, this has put you in your power, okay? For those of you who are really doing the retrospection this month, it will happen early, okay? We're going to really be refining this, okay? This is a card of endings and closures, new beginnings and refinement, mastery, self-mastery to be exact. You can consciously direct your energy this month, okay? And I know that's getting a little esoteric, but with being a Leo, we do have this ability this month to consciously direct our energy. And it's not in a manipulative way, it's not in an egotistical way, it's in a natural way, okay? And it's because we are so in our element, we're really being able to work with our elements, work with our power, work with the things that we've learned. They have become us. They have become that which is going to propel us forward. So as we move through this very malleable energy, we get to decide exactly where we want to put it because it's in our power to do so. 4 of Wands and King of Coins. Okay, so this is really telling for those of you who are looking at making a career leap or decision in the near future. 4 of Wands says, especially since it's in reverse, okay, I forgot to mention that, 4 of Wands says that there may have been a lack of support. There may have been some elements that made you feel out of your control. They may have been out of your control. There may have been an accumulated effort that has failed, right? Expectations maybe have not been met from this kind of partnership, from this kind of accumulative effort, right? Lots of people joining in on this creative idea and trying to manifest it maybe just has fallen short. The King of Coins comes up to further clarify. It's very structured, very balanced, very earthy. That what your new endeavor looks like is going to be very realistic, very strong, sturdy, and really rewarding. This person that comes in, I'm getting Gemini for this card. Okay, some of you may be coming into a new partnership with a Gemini or Taurus, okay? Some very earthy element here. So as we move forward in this kind of new endeavor, know that what you're letting go of is this struggle for people to help you. And that's maybe even a very Leo trait to learn in life, is that you will learn that there isn't always going to be support, isn't always going to be people around you. But instead, we may have to take it upon ourselves to make our dreams happen. Okay, and that's another thing of why I'm picking up, because this ten of water symbolizes you in your element, you and with the Four of Wands, it says nothing about what others are giving you in this situation. Even the King of Coins has learned to get where he's at from his own efforts, from being very realistic, very consistent, very diligent. And it's been bountiful. It's been a good thing. He hasn't lended himself to any chaos or confusion or drama. He has honed in on his best traits, okay? And that's very grounding, very rewarding. So for those of you who are looking at maybe transitioning into a different element, financially and career-oriented, you're definitely going to make the right decision, which leads me to the second card, which is choice. This is the first card, much like the Fool in the Major Arcana. Okay, this is where all life originates from. Okay, everything we experience originates from this one aspect, which is choice. This very much represents the yin and yang, cause and effect, okay, sun and moon, balance, harmony, and it has everything to do with our weaknesses and strengths, which I think Leos tend to base a lot of their decisions on. Where are my weaknesses? Where are my strengths? The Five of Wands comes up to clarify, as well as the Fool in reverse. So we both have these 0 point energies coming up. 0, 0, beginning, beginning. What I'm seeing is, because we have kind of created life on our own terms, we've reevaluated what we will settle for, what we desire, what we know we can have, and we're literally forcing it through these gates. Okay, the floodgates are open, I'm hearing, that allow us to move in a direction that better suits us. Okay, and the Five of Wands comes up. It's just so distinct, okay, because this is all about choice, this is all about choice, and this is all about choice. What they represent are different aspects of choice. The Five of Wands, meaning that there's another accumulative effort taking place. These men are all joining in. Different aspects of them are very valuable. They all hold certain aspects or certain traits that are valuable in very unique ways. And accumulatively, they can make something beautiful. However, the Five of Wands comes up as a card of change. There's something that needs to change. If there is an element in your life that is not working for you, if there is a group, right, that you're involved in, and you just realize that it's not working anymore, okay, there's signs, there's definitely signs, there's definitely intuitions that you're getting from this. But the choice part comes in to play when you say, I see now how this may or may not be working out for me. What do I do about it, right? Is it time for you to leave this fiasco, or do you put more effort in, right? Or do you try to fix it? Do you try to remedy it? Okay? Because as much as you guys want to maybe get this accomplished, it's just not, it's getting a little difficult, right, to sustain. And the weight is becoming more increasing as you go and ignoring it, so you must address it. The Fool comes up as a reminder that when you do make a choice, don't make it from a rash or impulsive place. You could disregard some of your boundaries. You could disregard some of the consequences, okay? Cause and effect, reason and consequence, everything having to do. So some of you are really making a big choice. Some of you are really weighing your options. Again, it's like these have very opposing energies to them as well, like this very cold and exciting, brisk, renewed potential that is maybe really enticing, but you might need to think of all of the effort and all of the, hard times that you've gone through with this kind of position as well. But this, again, is not making you feel very accomplished. It may even be draining you, where this person just has no worry and concern that they're a little bit too flighty and too optimistic about things. So choice. Real heavy emphasis on your choice this month. The next card, which is awesome, and it comes right in time for the new moon on the 15th, dead center of the reading, death and rebirth. This is a really powerful card. I don't actually see this very often in my readings. And I think the reason it comes up is because we are absolutely making some big moves. Whether it's energetic, which I see a lot of us will be making this energetic movement. Not only are we being supported by the universe, but intellectually and emotionally, we're coming into this oneness, okay? And that's why I feel like a lot of Leos are really stepping into the kind of element or the kind of energy that they know is so familiar and so natural to them, but they are nailing it. They are nailing it. And they're working in such efficiency this month that it's just awe-striking, okay? So as you have this death and rebirth of whatever aspect is coming to a close in your life, we have it clarified by the Three of Wands in reverse. So, what are you striving so hard for? What are you putting your time and effort into that is not either rewarding or fulfilling? That can be one interpretation. Or what kind of direction are you wanting to go in, right? That's just the simplest way to interpret these cards. Something is definitely coming into to a close. I think within you, first of all, within you, you're making a decision to not be like something that you've been before. Within you, you are making a decision to not have around the people that feed off of your energy and don't give anything back. I think one thing as a Leo is you have to make sure that the people coming to you are also bringing food to the table. You are such a provider and so strong that a lot of people will try to entice you to help them or to be in their lives, and you realize after a while that it's just not giving you what you need. And so this reevaluation is always taking place in Leo's lives regarding people and relationships, because they have such a strong sense of pride of the kind of people they want around them to support them in life. And some of you may be going through a relationship transition, really realizing that what is not serving you anymore, and there's these decisions. Do I continue to put effort forth, or do I gallantly ride away and without a care in the world? Those both have consequences. So what risk are you really taking? And remember, you are taking a risk no matter what decision you make. So maybe in a sense it's asking you to take a risk. Maybe in a sense it's asking you to be a little bit more bold with your decisions. This Three of Wands speaks of an ebb and flow as well of energy. So even though something is coming to an end, some Leos, may be a little sad that it's coming to an end. They may feel like they don't know what's in store for them after this. There's maybe a really prominent chapter in their lives that they're having to say goodbye to. And that's totally understandable. There's a very sensual feeling that I'm getting. As well with the snake and the baby that you can see in this card. This also may have something to do with deepening our relationships, deepening some aspects of ourselves that may have been a little flighty before. Because Leos have such a hard time with commitment sometimes, we can see that long-term lasting commitments and relationships can be hard to come by for a Leo when it feels really right for them. When it feels like it's the right timing, it's the right situation, and they're just so happy to do it, that's hard to come by. Because a lot of times Leos are the caretakers. They feel really inclined to give and give and give and spread their light and spread their warmth, and they sometimes get sucked into commitments and they don't even realize it until much later. And the word commitment itself kind of scares Leos. So as you move forward, know that you don't have to commit to one thing or another. As much as the Five of Wands and the Fool speaks of consequences, because we have so much available to us, so much opportunity available to us in May. Try not to get too ahead of yourself. Try not to stop your progress before it starts with thinking this isn't what I want, or it's not exactly what I want, or any of those things that can come with a death and rebirth card. There's lots of opportunity. There is an egg in the death and rebirth card, and I just want to emphasize that aspect because of the knowledge that you've acquired, because of the reason that you have within your heart. You can make something beautiful from this new beginning. Queen of Fire comes up, okay? And if this isn't a Leo card, I don't know what is. This is like the most Leo card. The King and Queen of Fire really, really exemplify a Leo being in their element in different ways. The Queen of Fire comes up because we are reaching an apex, okay, of energy. This is the point towards the end of the month where we really are in our element. And again, we're going to be attracting some people either to really help us, right? To really excel and to bring forth newness and new changes in our lives. There's a sense of sensuality, passion, creativity, inclusiveness, expansion. And with this kind of energy, a lot of you are going to be receiving opportunities in your career, okay? The King of Cups clarifies this as he sits within the chaos and gently lends his warmth and his light to new endeavors. He is not concerned with the chaos. He is not concerned with the waves around him. Even though this is a very emotional card, it means that there is a self-mastery at place. What you have experienced in the past is going to suit you this month. Everything that you've gone through so far, all of the chaos and drama, you have somehow managed to find peace and serenity within that. Okay? This person, okay, can be a very strong individual in your life. It could be a male, it could be a female, okay? But it represents someone who is coming to you with an opportunity, lending some insight, okay? But also, this is a card of strong negotiation. Whether you are dealing with a very kind of emotional person, okay, this could be any water sign. This could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But I don't necessarily feel like this is only water. This is very intellectual as well. There's a balance that takes place when you become the king of anything. You have mastered it. You don't get swept away with your emotions. What this is really symbolizing as well is a certain space that we've created. so that this fire within us can be shown brightly and appreciated by those around us. And for those of you who are looking for a new creative endeavor or a career, you'll find appreciation this month. You'll find people who see the uniqueness and value of what is your worth. The Hangman clarifies the King of Coins with this idea, okay? He's suspended, okay, in midair, and what he's waiting for are the insights. He's waiting for the inspiration. He's waiting for that moment of knowing, okay? And he's willing to wait. He's really willing to wait. He's really willing to just stay there as long as he needs to. So what this is saying to me is that what you've waited for is coming to fruition. What you have waited for. And there might even be some of you who are saying, should I continue to wait? Is this the apex that I've been waiting for? And the answer is yes, because you're going to want to kindle this. This is an opportunity to, yes, reach an apex, to expand, to ignite. But you don't necessarily want this to just go away after this month is done. This is an opportunity to really extend this energy, to take advantage of it and implement it in life where you can continue to reap from it. Emotional and intellectual balance, a space and serenity within chaos, within the trying times. Change is inevitable. But this person is so business savvy and so emotionally connected within his work that he knows exactly the direction he's headed in. And there is a certain space that comes with his confidence. That's really what this card means, I think, for Leos. But, of course, in the midst of reaching this apex of power, right? Because when we're really connected in our heart, we just literally shine beams for everyone to see. There can be some opposing people that come in, okay? There can be some egotistical aspects of us that like to just come out and, shine for what it's worth. And it is worth a lot. But in order to not become too egotistical, I feel like this person, this card comes up, the Seven of Air, to readdress what it is to be a Leo, what it is to be in your element, okay? It's not just leading the pride. It's not just being this leader for all to see and flipping your hair and it's like, I gotta be the leader now. There's a purpose, okay? There's a purpose. And a lot of you are finding your purpose. A lot of you are finding where you need to be. It kind of seems like home, okay? If you've been feeling like you've been left out in the cold, Leo, if you feel like your heart has gone cold and you're not in your element and you really desire that warmth again, remember that it's just as much your job to give that as it is to receive. So when you do receive, make sure you don't take it for granted, because your angels are definitely saying, be kind. There's an energetic vortex here that is associated with some opportunities available. So as you're in your element, you don't necessarily want to intimidate people with your shine. You don't want to intimidate people with the kind of strength you have. Because there's people out there that aren't necessarily akin to that kind of energy, and it might take them off guard. We really need to shine our kindness. We really need to shine in our warmth, in our light, in our giving nature, because we are so compassionate at times when we really want to be. So this card is really saying, if your ego gets a little out of hand, which there's a potential it could, bring it back into kindness, because you yourself have struggled, you yourself have been through hard times, and it's very important not to just forget those now. Those times are actually what is fueling us. Those times are what has given us this opportunity. The lag, the stagnancy, the coldness, the lack of support, they're all being exemplified in this month's reading, saying that because we finally accepted it and we're not just a victim and we aren't conquered by it anymore, we now can use it as our strength. And that's just so simple and so powerful. The Wheel of Fortune comes up to clarify the 7 of air, Knight of Swords in reverse, as well as 9 of coins. So again, as we start the month, we are starting with the 10. We have 2 zeros, 0 point, 0 energy, starting anew. Unbiasedly as well. Not going back, because going back would be -1, -2, right? You get my point. 0 is where we begin. Then we've got some powerful cards coming to us. Then we've got some powerful manifestations at our hands. What we do with them says everything. Okay, so be very diligent. Wheel of Fortune, it's coming to you, baby. It is coming to you. You have earned it. The Wheel of Fortune talks about fated events, things that we step into, events that we step into, maybe not realizing that they will change our life, that they will change the course of everything. And maybe it's the fact that we made this possible because we've been kind, because we've been social, because we've shared our light, because we've reached for the stars, we've dreamt a little bit bigger. You know, all of these aspects have accumulative efforts created this opportunity for us. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about fated events. It talks about fortune being in your favor. It talks about things that are unfolding will soon tell that they were yours. They were yours. They were meant for you. Okay, and it's this deep reflectiveness as well that comes with the Wheel of Fortune as it progresses. That at its origins was profound, and maybe you didn't even realize it. Okay? The Knight of Swords comes up because we do have an intellectual power this month to race forward and just be everything we can be and just shine our light everywhere with disregard to, how emotional we get sometimes and how painful our past has been or whatever the case may be. We get this sense of excitement, and the universe is just saying, hold on to that, okay? Instead of projecting that outward and just shining and being like this beacon of light, shine. But don't forget to let that light absorb. Don't forget to ruminate in that light for yourself. Don't forget to seed those ideas that you have before just racing forward. Don't forget, okay, to seed. Don't forget to appreciate. And if this has anything to do with a career for some of you, I do see most of this is oriented towards career. Most of us are getting this influx in self-value, which then reverberates into actual value, which reverberates into manifested money, right? And that's what we're talking about here. But for those of you who are literally just coming into a fuller sense of self, this is going to be really beneficial for you. It's a great lesson. It's a great opportunity. Okay. The 9 of Coins comes up, the very last card, which I'm really excited to see. This is a great card. This means endings and closures, 9, okay, doors closing. But the 9 of Coins symbolizes this value that is encompassing the new opportunities at hand. You can create a beautiful life. And it's not showy. It's not, ego-based. It's not something that is someone else's. It is fully yours. It is fully yours, which is so exciting, and it's bountiful. Okay, so as you move forward, this also, this speaks of seeds. Okay, it's like harvest time. There's even a bird, which is this intuitive sight that things take time, right? Even how birds lay their eggs, it takes time, it takes warmth to cultivate their life. So even though this is an endings and closures of your life, this chapter, it means that the harvest that you reap from it, the ultimate potential of this is going to be so rewarding and so beautiful and so uniquely yours. Anyways, wow, I'm going to end the reading there. I'm so excited for this month. I hope you guys are too. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in June. Bye.